What's up, BassGeek here, and today we'll recap my third stop on the FLW BFLs, and we'll talk about what tackle was in my bag for that tournament. I fished my third FLW BFL Volunteer Division Tournament on Douglas Reservoir this past Saturday. And it was a tough tournament for me. It resulted in my first 0. That's hard to take. So what happened? Bass fishing's a really mental sport. And you can get hit with a lot of challenges. And when they pile up on you, if you don't overcome that mentally and just go fishing and have fun, you're not going to do well. And that's what happened to me. 20-mile-per-hour winds, water conditions I wasn't prepared for. I didn't get to practice. You know, I had equipment failures early and often, but none of that is an excuse because I had plenty of time to catch a single bass. Plenty of fishing time in that tournament, even with all that stuff going on. And I just didn't. And overall, early on, I just stopped having fun. So let's go ahead and recap the rest of the tournament. It took 20-13 to win as a boater. It took 15-14 to win as a co. The boater I had, again, no excuses. He's a great guy. You know, even offered me what he was catching them with. And at that point, I was just so irritated, pissed off, frustrated. I didn't even want it. And that's stupid. I should have taken it. You know, great guy, wanted to help me out, but he finished 50th. He boated, I think it was 7, and his weigh-in was 9 pounds and 8 ounces. So, you know, he caught them. There was no reason I couldn't have. Okay, so let's get to what a lot of you have asked for. This is what's in my boat bag, what I take with me. Majority of this is the same that I've taken with me all year. There's going to be some slight differences per tournament. Okay, so let's look inside the bag. All right, guys, very first thing you're going to notice, I've got my coil beams here, and I've got my coiling system here. So you can see, here's my coil system. I don't generally bring a scale because this will tell me which is the heavier fish. It's fast, it's efficient. I keep it right here in the very top of the bag. My life jacket. Guys, this is an auto inflate, auto pull. You can get this at Bass Pro Shops when they go on sale for $100 or less. I highly recommend these, especially in high wind. They're easy to fish in, and they're extremely safe. Now, the other thing is, and since it was a nice day, I didn't actually take this rain gear with me, but here's the great thing about this bag. Now, there are pockets here on the side. I keep this side free so that I can actually set this bag up, if need be, just like this. Now, so I've got my rain gear. This is a nice suit. Guys, I didn't go out and buy a 100-mile-per-hour suit because a 100-mile-per-hour suit is really for cold weather. Now, it's cold in the earlier year, but I always buy a size a little bigger so that I can pack on clothes underneath. And trust me, frog togs breathe, but this is a good rain suit that you will not get wet in, and it will burn you up. So great rain suit, frog togs, and I gave probably half to a third of the price of what you're going to buy for a 100-mile-per-hour suit. Now, that being said, again, it came with bibs, and again, guys, these are frog togs, and so far I'm a big guy. So I generally have a lot of issues with tearing cheaper rain suits, and you can see this one I've used a lot this year. and it has held up very well. All right, now to the fun stuff. I learned a lesson in tournament number 2. I bring a small thing of line, and you can see I've got it labeled. It tells me what it is. This is 20-pound test right here, so it's ready to go if I need it. And I did need it in this tournament. 20-mile-per-hour winds this tournament, 30-mile-per-hour winds last tournament. Guys, the likelihood of you getting a backlash early on, you know, it's pretty high, especially if you're casting into the wind. Unfortunately, I got one that was really bad. Because I was trying something new on that reel, it did not work, and that was part of my frustration on the day. Again, I've got a couple of other types of line here, some 17-pound test, some Vanish I just picked up. I use this primarily for backing. 20-pound test, Bass Pro Shop, some Real Magic, and I do like the KVD stuff, but I like it more as a treatment. I'll put it on the night before. This I'll just use primarily when I'm on the water. Mend It, guys, this is some great stuff for your soft plastics. Spend the money, Tackle Warehouse, go out and get it. Especially if you have only a few bags of a certain type of plastic and that's what they're biting, you can really use that to repair that plastic and get a lot longer lifespan out of it. So in this pocket, so in this pocket, you can see this is what I've got. Guys, I've been testing out JJ's Magic this year to see if I really feel if there's a difference. But in a tournament, the easiest, simplest thing to do is just go find you some markers. This is the Spike It company. They're easy to deal with. They're not as nearly as messy, and it's not going to go all over everything if it spills in your bag, and it's not going to spill in the boat of your boater. You know, so I highly recommend getting you some of these pins. Again, you've seen this. This is a plug knocker. It helps to get things loose quickly if you get hung up. I always keep a Sharpie with me, some crazy glue, a good set of split ring pliers. You'll notice the nose on the end. That's to help take off split rings. Extremely handy. And of course, a good pair of scissors, or these the boomerang tool, the little snips. So you can see that's pretty much all the tools that I keep in my bag. And so on this side, this half, I keep my hard baits, my terminal tackle, my hooks, anything, you know, jigs, sort of an array of things that I can keep in hard boxes. On this side, I just set my soft plastics in here in bags, and so I can come through and go through them. And you know, I'm not going to go through everything, but you know, you've got some crawls, some creatures, you know, that you can see here. You know, always a good selection of swim baits with me. I'm a big swim bait guy. You know, some Kitex, some of the new Zooms, you know, some bass tricks. You know, here's a nice big 7-inch if we were going to fish out deep. I had some of those, some more of the Zooms. You know, just a lot of stuff. You know, a lot of different swim baits. You know, some big worms, some Cincos. Guys, here's a bait that I am going to praise. I'm going to make sure I get all these. You know, got to have some drop shot worms, and I'm a big robo worm fan. Some Yamamoto, some Cincos. Again, there's some more crawls. The big worms for fishing out deep. Right here, again, more big worms, more 7-inch bass tricks. Let's see what we got here. More big worms. We'll keep that. You know, some drop shot worms. There's some black worms. More big worms for deep fishing. I'm going to show you guys these right here. Again, more robo worms. In case we were going to drop shot. Here's some biospawn. I really like their crawls. Some more robo worms. And here's a worm that I really want to talk about. These are the Berkeley Havoc bottom hoppers. These are my favorite shaky head worms, guys. I'm telling you, they stand up much better than the Zoom finesse worms do. They're a little longer. You can get them in, as you can see here, the 6.25. And they're a little thicker, guys. I like the ribs. They give off a little bit of motion. They've got a flat side here, which is great for the shaky head. Just a good worm. Good worm. Not a huge Berkeley fan, but you know, this is one thing that I'm a huge fan of theirs. So let's go through. You know, here's my terminal tackle. Again, not going to name off everything, but as you can see, you know, we've got Carolina rig stuff, we've got bobber stops, we've got you know, all different kinds of rattles, you know, swivels, clips, all different kinds of, forgive, that's nothing, all different kinds of weights, weight system, nail weights, anything you can imagine. You know, even if we're going to do some Nico rigs, you know, we've got some weighted heads that we can screw in. So just anything that you can imagine in the sense of weights, we got with us there. Here's all my hooks, guys, and I do mean all my hooks. Look at that. Don't know why that was in there. So, you know, you've got, you know, everything, and they're organized by size and hook size. You know, here's my ledge heads, which is pretty much this entire section. I've got some ledge head sled head. I was going to put these on the worms, the deep worms, and drag them across the bottom. Love these things. For fishing deep worms, really dragging them across the bottom. You know, I mean, you can see underspins. Here's just your regular worm hooks, everything from straight shanks, regular worm hooks to EWGs, jig heads. I mean, you name it, it's in here. Here's some scroungers. I've got a little bit of everything. Belly weighted hooks are up this way. Here was something I was really excited about. Really was hoping we were going to get to throw some deep diving crankbaits. We didn't get to do that as much as I wanted to. You know, I've got the XD8s here, or the 8XDs. You know, I've got some of the you know, all different versions. You know, here's the 5s, the 6s. Here's your, I think, smaller versions, your 3s. But this is all my Strike King. This is most of my Strike King collection here. Here's my DT series. I only brought my DT 20s, and these are, I just threw them in here because I had a little extra room. But these are my 10XDs, my Strike King 10XDs here. So you can see some of the different ones that I've got in here. So, and didn't get to throw them as much as I'd hoped. My boater just really didn't like the amount of wind out there. And I understand. This is sort of my assortment box. As you can see, I've got all different kinds and weights of jigs right here. I just threw in a bunch of spinner baits, buzz baits. He told me that we might be fishing topwater early in the morning, so I brought you know, a couple of different topwaters here. You know, got a bone whopper plopper, a walking style bait. I brought some smaller spoons with me in case we're fishing out deep again. And several guys were fishing the big Magnum spoons. You know, I don't have any of the Magnum spoons right now. Here is a bait that I was going to try. This is a 1.5 ounce chatter style bait by Picasso. I was going to throw that out there and just let it sink to the bottom and pop it off the bottom just to show them maybe something that they hadn't seen before. You know, guys, don't be afraid to do something because no one else is. Alabama rigs, just an assortment of Alabama rigs here, heads, you know, just kind of throw them in here as we go. And last but not least, this is actually my DT series. Sorry about that. I didn't think I actually brought these, but these are my smaller DTs, all the way up to the 16s, which are right here. So you've got your, I believe these are your 6s here, your 10s here, and your 16s here. Love these baits. You guys should really check them out. They're great baits. And that is pretty much it, guys. The bag, she is empty. Got a couple of little runaway terminal tackle items there. Let's make sure. Oh, well, there's another hideaway plug knocker. And I do believe that's it. So, guys, that's pretty much what I bring. I don't like to bring this much equipment, this much stuff. I would love, you know, if my boaters were honed in, but sometimes that's just not the case. You know, I bring a bigger bag. This is a waterproof bag, and you know, it is what it is. I keep it out of my guys' way, and I'm there to assist them all I can, and I've not had anyone complain about it yet. So as always, guys, any questions, leave in the comments. I'll get to them. Like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And you guys rock. Keep up with me. And I promise you I'm going to do everything I can to make the regionals this year. I won't let frustration beat me again. Keep grinding.